Hello everyone, my name is Indianapolis. I'm here with the artist Patrick Dobson. And if you could kind of tell us how you got started in this industry, was it something that you always knew you were going to do?
I guess, being a PK, you don't really have a choice. And when I say PK, I say preacher's kid.
Right.
So I grew up in Selma, Alabama, and was born in Montgomery. And a lot of people know that area as the birthplace of civil rights. So that's really how people know where I was born. And I just grew up in a pastor's home, and my mom was always a minister of music, and so I was just around music. And so, my mom really introduced me to a lot of music when I was a child, and so she introduced me to Shirley Caesar, the Winans, and so it kind of grew, and I started just really gravitating to gospel, which was very unusual for a white kid in the South in the mid-'80s. So, but my passion for gospel just came really from listening to like Commission and Pastor John P. those when I was a kid, and even Mississippi Mass Choir, like the Mass Choirs. And so it was just a unique upbringing, and I played the drums in the church, and so I didn't really have many options as a kid, so I was just around it. And then it really became a passion of mine, and I wanted to be a music minister, and I was on staff at a couple of churches, and then God opened up a door for me to work with Fred Hammond and do some writing there. And so I ended up moving to Dallas in 06, 07 to do some work with him, and he wanted to record some of my material, and that really opened up a major door, for me at that time, and I was grateful for the opportunity. And during that time, I got to be a worship leader at Pastor Gary Oliver's church, which a lot of people remember him from early 90s, late 80s in gospel music. And then doors began to open for me to do some work with Pastor John P. Key, and so it just kind of grew from there. But the project was really something God birthed in me in 2003, and I wrote the song that everybody knows right now on radio. It's called "Keep Me," and God really just opened up so many doors through that song, and that was really how I even connected with Fred, because he wanted to originally record that, and it's just it's been somewhat of a whirlwind, but I feel like that's what God has called me to do, and I enjoy doing it. I love ministering to people, and I love just ministering to the heart of God, because I know that that's the only thing that will ever really change people and change us and has eternal value.
Right. So then, do you write a lot of your own music?
I do. All the songs on my album, Open the Heavens, was all of them I wrote except for one.
Okay, cool. How can people get in contact with you on your social media?
Yeah, they can catch me on Twitter at Patrick Dobson. It's my last name is D-O-P, like Peter, S-O-N. A lot of people put that B in there, but or you can go to Facebook at facebook.com/Patrick Dobson, or you can go to my website. It's oilonit.com. Oilonit.com.
And they can, I assume, get your product there as well.
Yes, they can. They can order it there, or they can find it in their Walmart, or it's on Amazon, it's on iTunes. So some people don't like the hard copy anymore. They just go to iTunes, so they can get it there as well.
And then one last question. I know you mentioned a lot of your influences when you were younger, being in the church and your mother being a director of music. Who today are the artists that kind of inspire you, or maybe are role models for you?
Well, I'm inspired on different levels, I guess, because music is very inspirational.
Right.
I love William McDowell. I love what he's done. Because I believe he touches the heart of God. B.J. Putnam is an up-and-coming artist that a lot of people haven't heard of and need to research. And there's a lot of people. I mean, I could throw out a lot of names, but I think, too, I'm also inspired by people's life and behind the scenes. And so, being in the industry, you get to see a little bit of everything: the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so, I admire people like David and Tamela Mann. I'm friends with them. They're good friends of ours, and they just live the life, and they have a solid marriage, they have a solid home, and right now, in this current setting right now, she is one of the most successful artists in the industry. And but I've watched them over the years, and a side note that a lot of people don't know is I actually did a lot of marketing and graphics for David and Tamela. I designed Take Me to the King album cover. I did her Master Plan album, and so that relationship started prior, and so they have really maintained a consistent marriage and life, and really just it's admirable, for me to look at that. And so those are some of the people I look up to.
Definitely. Well, we thank you so much for doing this
Thank
interview
you.
with us. And
I
as you
appreciate
heard
it.
before, you can catch him at oilonit.com.
Oilonit.com.
All right. Thank
That's
you
right.
so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.